Hello, welcome back to Skeledon, Bushcraft and Survival. And today, we're going to continue on with this Bushcraft quiver, putting a finish on it. Now, we boiled up the inner bark, and I took the sap off of that water, and boiled it down, and made a stain. And we're going to stain this up. And I also took a stick and made a bushcraft brush with it to stain it with it. So, set that off to the side and leave it in there. Now this will actually seal it, so you don't need to put anything else on it. It's like I boiled it down to an oil, so it'll soak in and give it a nice protection from the elements. I'm going to get closer to the camera. Here's the brush that I made. I just took a stick and put slices in there and then hammered it a little bit with my knife to make a brush. And don't know if you can see or not, glistening in the camera, but that's the oil that I'm just brushing on. I'm going to continue on with this until it's finished, and then make sure that all the cordage is, got some of this oil on there, and I'll return and show you the finished product. Well, here it is, finished, hanging up to dry, right here. When this dries completely, it'll be good to go. So, be able to use it as a quiver, or to carry other things in for years to come. Now, in the last few videos, it's been all about the cordage and how to process it. And well, the reason why that I did that video is because, well, it's a necessary skill to learn, and I needed the cordage for the quiver, which was a requested video. And today, I decided why not just go ahead and continue that with making a sling for the quiver. Now, I got the quiver right here, and I got the cordage. I went back and I got more of the inner bark, processed it through and made some more cordage for the sling, and today I'm going to show you how to make a sling. So, let me go ahead and position the camera so that you can see what I got set up here. Alright, got everything set up here. Let me set that over there. I got the nails stretched out here, and you see they're in a diamond pattern. Now, this side right here is actually going to be the top side of the quiver, and this right here is going to be the bottom side. So once I get everything laid out, I'm going to then separate it out into 3 over on this side, and then these right here are to keep it wide so that I can keep that diamond shape. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Find my end here. That's the wrong end. I want this end down here. There we go. Alright. Now, since this is a top end, I just want enough of this right here so that I can tie it off, tie this end off once we get this going, and then enough that's left over so I can tie it onto the quiver. So I want about 10 or so inches. Now this entire length of cordage right here, I'd say probably 10 feet of cordage, and that's right about exactly how much you would need for this smaller diameter. I'm sorry, not diameter, but diamond. And this right here is about 10 inches apart as well. So if I take this right here and then scoot it up, I got my length of cordage on the other side that I need. So I'm going to go ahead, and if there was a nail here, it would wrap around this way. I'm going to bring it up, wrap it around this one, bring it back down, and then wrap it around this one. There we go. Wrap it around this one again, and then come up, and this will be the final pass right here. Okay. So now that I have this laid out and I want it nice and tight, I want to go ahead and put in my third nail. And I want them kind of close. So I'm going to put this one right here about a ½ inch away, the same distance, because I want this to be the same length. And then this one right here about a ½ inch on the other side. Alright, so now I can separate these out, and this one right here is the middle one, this one right here is the first one, so this will go here and this will go here. The only reason why that I did that is because I wanted to see visually where these other two nails needed to be, okay, so that they stay the same length. I've tried to put all three nails here, and they've been too far apart or too close together or whatnot, so I wanted to see visually before I put these other two nails in there. Alright, so now that we've got this, we've got the long end on the farthest side here. I'm going to throw it over on the other side, and it got the short end. Now the short end, I want to bring over everything, bring it up underneath everything, and then I want to bring this through so that I'm making an overhand knot. Okay? Then these two that are wrapping around the nails, I'm wanting to bring this up underneath both of those and pull up. And what this is going to do is actually tie this end off, and I want it nice and tight. So this can no longer go anywhere. It's locked in place. And we'll make it tighter once we're finished. Alright? Now once we've done that, we want to look and see if anything is crossed or anything is not right, so that we can fix it right now before we get started. And everything looks like it is absolutely perfect. Alright. Now, I want to go ahead, take this nail out, stretch that through, and put that nail back. This one, same thing. They look like they're in there tight, but they're really not. They got some ridges on there and a catch. Okay. So now we're good to go, and we're ready to actually start braiding it together. Now this part is just as simple. I mean, it's an over and under weave. It's like you're weaving a basket, you know, over, under, over, under, over, under, over, under. And so I like to start in the middle here so that I have more room and I can see over, under, and see. Alright. There we go. And that's the reason why I like to go in the middle, so that I can actually see. And since I went over on the first one, then I want to go under on the last one and pull it tight. Now, what I have learned, what I have found, is with homemade cordage like this right here, it's best to actually start at the very beginning making it tight. So I'm going to pull this tight and then work with the rest of it and pull this tight as you go, because it's kind of rigid, you know, the twist and, you know, pulling back, it makes it kind of hard to tighten these up once you got 4 or 5 up. So I like to start from the very beginning, tightening it up as I go. So this pulled tight and that pulled tight. Alright. And then since we went over on that one and under on this one, we're going to go over on this one and under on that one. So, again, like to go in the middle so I can see which one's which. Now once you do 2 and you get that right, then the rest of it's easy, because by doing this, it kind of locks it in place for you so that you know which one is which. It separates it out. So I'm going to move this up. Like I said, with this homemade cordage, you really want to do it as you go. You want to tighten it up as you go. It just makes your life a lot easier when it's all said and done with. So spread this out some so we know which one is which, but make it tight. Make that tight, make that tight. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and continue on doing that, and once I get to the end, then I'll show you how to tie it up to finish it off. But I just want to clarify that in the very start, you've got to maintain the over and under as these are separated. See, this is the center right here. So this one goes here, and these right here are the sides here. So you want to make sure that you keep that consistency all the way through. If they start getting crisscrossed, you're going to run into a little bit of a problem and have to redo everything, and it's a pain. So it's better to get things right in the very beginning, and then you're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and finish it up, and when I come back, like I said, I'll show you how to finish it up. And like I said, I like to tighten it up as I go, make it easier. So this is the next one. I go down through. Also, once I got halfway, I raised these up off the work table there, and that made it a lot easier getting up underneath there. So that's something that you can do to make it easier. And also, it will try to twist up on you. So if you go one thread at a time, then you're able to untwist it as you go. Go. So it's just an over and under thing, but once you get close enough like this right here, then you can actually take out like the outer 2 nails like that. Like I said, these are not in there very tight, but because they got ridges on them, it seems like it. There we go. Alright, and you just hold the outside when you're trying to tighten it up, and that also makes it easier on getting it through.
Don't want to take all of them off though, because you've got to have some kind of control. But does make it easier. And see, like, I'm getting ready to tighten this up, so I hold this and I pull tight, and then I come back through and hold it, pull tight. And that way you can actually get closer to the end, and the closer you get, the better. You want to make sure that your quarters can fit through it, because, you know, I mean, homemade cordage is not going to be perfect. It's going to have a wider diameter and narrower diameter as it goes through. So you want to make sure that the end hole is going to be large enough to get that through. Alright. Alright. Pull that tight. Now, I have 3 right here. Now I want to keep those 3 together. Okay? But before I do anything, I'm wanting to do the same thing as we did last time. Or in the very beginning. I'm wanting to go under so that it will pull through the top. There we go. So this will be the knot here, okay? So trying to get this pulled down so I can get this. Just work with it a little bit. And now, here's the tricky part. Because you just got through pulling through, but you're wanting to run this through this one, and this one. And take out the nail. Because you got them all together. Tighten this one up, bring it up to the end, tighten this one up, and then pull it through all 3 of them. Alright, now this right here is going to have to be pulled tight. And when you get that one tight, then you can finish pulling through here. Which, like I said, with the homemade cordage, it's kind of hard to get through there. So, you might need a nail to get in there to widen that area up so you can pull through. There we go. Needs to go up a little bit more. So, then I have to widen that hole up again. Pull nice and tight. And there you go. Now you can take out all the other nails. I'm just going to scoot it closer so that I can get this out. This one right here, pull tight. This one right here, pull tight. And there you go. Work it out. Spread it apart. Straighten it up. All that good stuff. But there is your diamond shape, and that right there will be the padding for your shoulder. And then you can connect it to the quiver. So run it through here. This one right here, we could just tie the knot. This side down here, got some extra there. Kind of work this through here. Pull this tight. Pull it. And then you can adjust it to whatever you want. And I'm going to raise the camera up so that you can see. Alright, so here is the shoulder harness. That's where that goes. This right here, we can loosen up, make this drop it on the ground, pick up a whole bunch of cottonwood, inner bark. There we go. Alright, so then you can put it over your shoulder like this right here and carry it, or you can widen it up so that you have room for over your head. And now this right here is right there on the shoulder, as you see. And once you get that, then you can tighten it up on the bottom side. That's where you want it, and it's good to go. And the reason why that I made the sling for this right here, so that it is more comfortable on the shoulder. Because if you got just one, strand of cordage, and you got something heavy, I know this is a quiver and all, but what if you wanted to use it for something else, So, if you had something heavy on that right there, or you wanted to use this sling for something else, that you had something heavy, this right here is a lot more comfortable on your shoulder than just a single, string of cordage. So, that's it for today. I got my sling made, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you like to hit the like button, if you're new, please subscribe. And don't forget to leave a comment and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you soon.